Hey everyone, this is Sean for RunRepeat.com. I'm here today to talk about the Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 36 Trail. This is new on the market this year and is a really solid shoe that I've got a lot of good things to say about. To start with, first of all, it has a trail sole. So the lug sole is new on the Pegasus, and it is not super aggressive, but with a 3mm tread on it, it's enough to really tackle any kind of trail surface that the average runner is going to get into. Maybe not super aggressive high mountain stuff, talus, that sort of stuff, but for most trail uses, this is going to be very, very ample tread to get you out there and get you on the trails. The sidewall is something to note too. If you look closely, super aerated, a lot of aeration points, which really kept my feet cool on the runs that I did in this shoe so far. I had one wet day where I was out, and this really helped drain the shoe super nicely. My feet got super wet a couple times, and I didn't find them weighted down, sloppy, and heavy with water. There's not a ton of excessive padding in the shoe, which I really liked, and that's where you'd find a lot of that water hanging on. The tongue is another super cool feature that I wanted to point out. It is asymmetrical, and I think, at first I was a little confused by that. Why is it asymmetrical? And I think it really helps with tongue float. I suffer from tongue float, meaning that after a few miles, my tongue slips down to one side and kind of disappears off into the side of the shoe. And what I think this extra little dollop of fabric does is it catches on the edge of the shoe and keeps that from happening. The tongue is also really nicely gusseted and integrated into the liner of the shoe. So the sock liner extends all the way throughout the toe of the shoe, and the tongue is part of it. So there's really nowhere for it to go. Wraps around your foot nicely and creates a nice cocoon effect. One of the features I wanted to point out on this shoe that I find very innovative is the lacing system. So it's got a standard, hard, kind of plasticky lacing eyelet that works just fine. That would be enough normally for any shoe. But it's also got these little cord eyelets on the side of each little eyelet. And so the question becomes, well, what's the point? Why the extra cordage on there? And a closer examination reveals that these cords not only sit on the outside, but they run all the way down. So this shoe's a really light shoe with pretty thin sidewall fabric, which wouldn't offer a lot of support around your foot laterally if it didn't have these, in my opinion. So these run all the way down in between the sock liner and the outer fabric of the shoe, and they tie right into the base of the shoe on both sides. And so what that does is creates these 4 lines on each side going up, and when you lace it in, they squeeze your shoe in and hold it in place laterally, keep it from getting real sloppy side to side. And I found that to be really neat. If you just had these, you wouldn't experience that. I want to take a second to talk about the sole. The Nike Zoom technology does a really nice job of striking what I think is a healthy balance between just enough cushion and not too much cushion. There's just enough there to keep you protected against those unfortunate rocks, roots that you're going to encounter on the trail, maybe a misstep on your part when you get tired and sloppy, but not so much that you lose feel with the trail. It's got a good instinctive feel on the trail, very responsive, nice, light and nimble, that tread again. Overall, the Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 36 Trail is an excellent trail shoe. If you're looking for something that will bridge the gap between your road running and getting out on the trail, this is the shoe for you. It's got a good tread that's not super aggressive, but enough to get you out on most trails. It has really excellent ventilation and water drainage. It's got some neat features like the lateral stability cords and the asymmetrical tongue. I really recommend this shoe. The cushioning is just right, just enough, not too much. At $130, this is an excellent value, and I'm really impressed by this shoe.